guys. I'm probably gonna break this video into two parts. I'm just gonna be going over like gameplay, menu stuff, showing you some of the zones and stuff, and just how awesome this game is. I just want to say from the beginning that considering this game is free to play and is gonna be free to play, free to download, and free to play when it comes out, I am thoroughly impressed with what they've done with it, and yeah, I'm really impressed. I'm having a ton of fun this weekend and whatnot. So right now I am in the high road. Since I have the map open, I'll show you it. As you can see, it's kind of drawn like 3D. You know, you can see like the sides of buildings, and it's not like a direct head overview. You do like explore it. Like the dark parts I haven't been to. Obviously the light parts I have traveled to. I haven't been up there yet. As you can see, my guy's level 24 or 23, about to be level 24. Just get a look at the armor. I mean, they did a pretty good job. Got some tattoos on the face and stuff. So a little about the UI. Press Alt will bring out your cursor. Up here you have the classic menu, you know, settings, mail, guild, social, quests. Here's Astral Diamond thing. The Astral Diamonds is just like gems for Guild Wars. You spend real money to buy them, and then you can buy things. I haven't even been in here. This is like Zen or something. I'm not sure. I haven't messed a lot around with whatever. I know I get like I have 125,000 from the package I bought. Just to let you guys know before I go any further, to get into the beta, all you have to do is go to perfectworld.com, go to the Neverwinter part. There's going to be like 2 or 3 more beta weekends before the launch of this game, and to get into them you can apply for free, and you'll probably have a slim chance of getting in at this stage, but you can pay $60 for a package that gives you like a free armored horse, 125,000 astral diamonds, and some other stuff. And there's a $200 package that's crazy. You get like an armored spider mount, a race that no other players get to play that haven't bought that one. It's like the Dristo Erden race, whatever he's from. They look pretty badass. You get like 750,000 astral diamonds, all kinds of crazy stuff. It's I don't know. I don't have the money for that kind of thing, so I couldn't do it. But so going over the classes, you know, there's Guardian, Cleric, and Trickster Rogue right now. Well, as you're going through dungeons and as you're questing out in the open world and just wherever, you'll find these things laying around. So you have to use the Dungeoneering skill to open this one. So Guardians have the Dungeoneering skill, Tricksters have the Thieving skill, Clerics have the Religion skill. One of the other classes is going to have the Arcane skill, and the only other one I've seen out there is the Nature skill, which I'm guessing the Ranger is going to have. And they're pretty much like little chests. They don't look like chests, they kind of look like what they're like aimed towards. The Dungeoneering one is like a table with a map on it, and it just has like, sometimes it'll have a potion in it, or it'll have these Eldritch runes or whatever in it. Okay, so back to the UI. You have this up here. Obviously this is bugged for beta testing. Over here is where your party information and everything is going to be. It's going to tell you your class right here with the shield, that's Guardian, your level, your portrait, your name, the level of your companion, whatever buffs you might happen to have on right now. Your chat's down here, experience bar at the bottom, your bags over here, your quest log is over here, minimap is up here. These things are pretty cool. These are like events going on. Like this starts in 1 hour and 50 minutes, and it's you queue up for this dungeon, and it looks like you'll have like twice the chance of getting loot. I'm not exactly sure what some of these mean, but they're pretty cool. They tell you things that are going in 15 minutes. This is going on. This is a PvP event going on. Now let's talk about this down here. This is a 20-sided die. If some of you didn't don't understand. You're like, oh, it's like a pentagon. No, it's actually a 20-sided die because you know this is a Dungeons and Dragons game. You have 2 daily powers. When you first start off, you'll only be able to access one. Then when you hit level 20, you'll be able to put the second one over here, but you can actually only use one. Now they're called daily powers, but you can use them once. You can use them more than once per day. When this action meter reaches full, you can use them. And when you use one, it'll completely empty it. And then, as you can see, let me go ahead and use it so it'll give you the tooltip. This is one. It makes me super big. I do a shockwave of damage, and after a while, I go back to my normal size. But now, as you can see, your action points are at 0%. You get action points by taking or dealing damage and using encounter powers. So then the rest of the combat is tab. As a guardian, you have when you press tab, you mark a target, and it basically like taunts it, and he's kind of like locked into you. He takes damage if he doesn't attack you. These are like your racial traits right here. Then you have Q, E, and R, and then mouse 1 and mouse 2. And then 3, 4, and 5 over here, and 6 is your mount. Potions, health potions are all in 3, 4, and 5, as far as I know. So let me show you some of the combat. It's actually cool that it's not, you know, like hotkeys 1 through 6. On my Q is a rush, a lunging strike. It's like a charge, and E is like I hit the ground. It does like a shockwave AOE and gives me a little taunt. R is like a overhead. I hit the target with like an overhead swing. It's really powerful. And as you can see, beside the R, there's 2. So I can do 2 of those. As soon as I do one of them, it goes on cooldown, but I still have 1 charge, and that's just the cooldown for that charge to recharge, you could say. But as you can see, I'll show you some of the, you know, what the game looks like. You know, I mean, it looks really good. Pressing 6, the mount comes out of the ground. Boom. The horse animations are really good. Jumping's kind of crazy. But yeah, let me show you some combat. Really liking the game so far, guys. I mean, it's a lot of fun. They've put some really amazing work into this. And the combat feels really weighty. Pressing shift is my block, and you can actually move while blocking. And you can attack while blocking. You can do an overhead and a shield bash. As you can see, the meter on the left is like degrading. As you take damage or as you use abilities while blocking, it will degrade until you can't block anymore. But my E ability actually recharges that meter a little bit, so it's pretty nice. But, you know, you can't attack while moving. You actually have to stay still, which one of the developers said that, you know, it didn't make the classes feel too floaty. You know, it actually gives them some weight, and it does. I mean, as you can see, you know, the way your character, you know, flings a sword, or, you know, just blocking, you know, the effects that you get when someone hits your shield and you're blocking it, it makes you feel like you're actually blocking a considerable amount of damage that would really hurt you. And even when you're attacking, even the guys I run with, one plays a cleric and one plays a rogue, you know, they're like, you know, it feels like you have weight, you know, when you're throwing your daggers, or, you know, you're spinning around or whatever, you know, it feels like you're actually, you know, destroying fools. So let's actually go back. If you hit L, you go to this menu where you can queue up for your current dungeon right here. Just a tip for those, like when the game comes out, you're gonna get quests that tell you to do, like, one we got at like level 13 or 12 was like Orc Assault, and the first dungeon was Cloak Tower. Once you hit level 20, you're out of the, as you can see over here on my quest, into the Cloak Tower. Go to the Cloak Tower. I'm over level 20, so I can't even queue for that dungeon anymore. And there's a bug in the beta where if you're matchmaking and you are trying to get in there, if someone in your party has already done the tower, then the whole place is just empty because they like don't respawn. I don't know, it's weird. But I've already queued for this one. I don't know why it says set a reminder. I guess you can only do it between certain periods of time, which is actually kind of cool. You can't just like run it all day. This is a PvP event, I want to say, and you can set a reminder so that way when it's actually ready to go, it'll tell you. See, it tells me in chat that I've missed it, but excuse me. Home. Here's your calendar. What you've queued for will be in here, and the catalog. There's a thing called Foundry, and these are player created quests that they'll send you on, which is really cool. So as a player, you can create your own quests in the game, and actually, I don't know how you determine what the prize is going to be, but actually I need to go this way. I don't know how you determine what the prize is going to be, but I haven't really played with it. Just try and outrun these guys. I'm gonna go back to the main like city town hub you start at, and show you guys what that looks like. There's a pretty cool thing. There's a cool stage with mounts and stuff, and these guys with the blue things, they usually have info or quests, the blue diamond, and these guys with the coins are obviously your merchants. This golden trail on the ground, in case some of you were wondering, is actually what leads you in the direction of like your quest. With Z, you can turn that on or off, but it's a nice little helpful reminder. Campfires, when you touch these, in dungeons especially, you'll be bound to them. It'll be like your new respawn point every time you find one, and they also heal you while you stand there. So, because otherwise you don't regenerate health passively unless you actually have regeneration on pieces of your armor. So in this game, when you take damage, you'll stay at whatever health you are until you go to a campfire or whatever. So when you go to like the edges of the maps, there's certain gateways that can connect you to other zones. This is what it looks like when it pops up. Obviously you can't travel to ones you haven't even been to yet, or that the quest doesn't lead you to, so I haven't had a quest that led me to any of these, so I can't travel there. But Protector's Enclave is where you like your first main hub. And I'm probably in the video here and talk about the character menu and everything in the next one in this town.